Hi guys, welcome back. This is the second video on the same topic. If you didn't catch the last video, the link will be somewhere here. So why am I doing a second video? Mostly because I had fun doing the last one. In the last video, I talked about these issues. And today we are going to discuss some more issues regarding feminism. Feminists make a lot of noise about rape and sexual assault. But when they do that, they also normalize and trivialize the violent act that is one of the most heinous crimes known to mankind. No, humankind. By saying all men are rapists and educate boys not to rape and arguing that lack of education is the problem behind rape, they are perpetuating the most horrible of misconceptions. That sexual violence is not a crime but an act of ignorance. It's like saying a murderer killed someone because they didn't know that the act of shooting someone or stabbing a knife into someone's heart would actually take their life. Sexual violence is a crime, a heinous crime done by monsters of human beings, and they belong to all genders. Sex education or awareness about sex is not going to change predatory behavior. For that, we need punishments, we need a working justice system that deter crime. This has always been the conservative or the right-wing view on the issue. But for feminists, these are the things that make sense. Educating or training men and women on sex, and bringing awareness regarding what is consent and what is not consent, or even shaming a whole gender because some men commit such heinous crimes. They think that these things would solve the huge crisis of sexual violence that's happening all around the world today. Could they be more wrong about this? I know this title is a bit confusing, but we see this reflected in the issue of hijab that is once again happening all around the world. In India, Kongat is seen as a symbol of oppression. Tali is seen as a symbol of oppression. Sari and feminine clothes are seen as signs of oppression. Even Shinkar is seen as a sign of oppression. But hijab, burqa and so on empower women. How is this possible? In the West too, the same logic or the lack thereof is applied. There, all Christian symbols and I think also some Jewish symbols are branded as oppressive to women. But Islamic symbols are promoted as being empowering the Muslim women. It is the prime example that feminism has bought women's perception and rationality through propaganda, and that ideology tells them what to think, what to feel and what to do in their lives. That is not freedom. These are the faces of women empowerment today. And coming to India, these are the faces of women empowerment. These dance moves right there show how free and capable women are. They can finally go to bars and other shady places and arouse men for money. Wow, that's quite an achievement. The reason why men and women are asked to control their urges and their desire for pleasure is to empower them, not to oppress them. It is the same for food, sleep, money, or pleasure. A mature, empowered person understands that they have to control their urges and to regulate their emotions and desires and to have no attachment towards the ephemeral things that attract them every now and then. Otherwise, their world is going to be a very shady place. It is actually a sign of culture and civilization that the men and women in a society can control their urges and do their duty without getting attached to these worldly things. But feminists came along and said, bullshit, we want absolute sexual freedom with no responsibility or consequences of their actions whatsoever. Be it a man or a woman or a transgender, if they don't know how to control their impulses and to regulate their desires, to chase after every fleeting whim of their mind, and if they think that seeking pleasure is the most important thing that they can do in their lives will fall apart like a house of cards. The risks are just too many, and they got no one else to blame but themselves. Now today scientists have actually found that there are people addiction, there are love addiction, there is sex addiction, there is substance abuse, there are all kinds of addictions that your mind can distract you into and lure you into these traps. So it is objectively very bad to chase after these desires that are ephemeral, and saying so is not oppressing someone. So this is related to the last point. One of the major reasons women were discouraged from having sex outside marriage was the risk of pregnancy and the risk and complications that come along during pregnancy and after pregnancy. But with the invention of contraceptives and development of safe abortion procedures, and also the invention of in vitro fertilizations, the way that society views sex have changed drastically. These have revolutionized the concept and imagination of sex. Consequently, there was an international movement led by feminists that advocated the use of contraceptive and increasing the choice for women to abort unwanted pregnancies. It came to be seen as a woman's freedom if she wants to abort a child. The women wanted the freedom and availability to have sex whenever they want without any concern about pregnancy. Suppose a woman did get pregnant. Now it's part of her personal choice whether or not she wants to keep that child. This has become the new definition of women's sexual health and freedom. Unwanted pregnancies or unplanned pregnancies became a term. Like the conservatives say, the concept of unplanned pregnancies assumes that sex doesn't lead to pregnancy if it is not planned. So, if not planned, sex can never ever lead to pregnancy. But every other animal and living organism in this planet knows that the sole or the most pivotal reason why two animals have sex is to have a child. It's the result of having sex. Of course, there is a probability involved in the whole process. This, what I just said, is a very simple way to explain it. But there is no way that any species on this planet can assume that sex does not lead to pregnancy. The problem here is abortion means killing an unborn child, taking the life of an innocent human being before it even came out. Who has the right to decide whether or not a new life should be killed or not? Can women choose to take another human being's life? But feminists often say that the thing that's growing in your uterus, the result of sex, is not actually a human child or a human being, but just a mass of tissues that may or may not become a human child in the next few months. Sometimes that thing that is in your uterus, the result of sex, can become a snake or a hippopotamus in the next few months. Who can say? No one can say that that thing is a human child until, of course, it comes out of the mother's belly. So you may kill it. Yes, this is science. You better believe it. I don't know how much in trouble I'm going to get for this, but I will discuss this topic more in a later video. This is the end of this video. But I am very sure that this is not the end of this topic that I have chosen. Please don't forget to tell me in the comment section what you think about this video. More importantly, share in the comment section what you think feminism has got wrong about women and womanhood and the society at large. Or if you think that I'm absolutely wrong about all of these things, then also please share it in the comments. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Share this video with others and follow me on my Instagram and Facebook pages. The links are given in the description. Thank you and have a great time.